Welcome into your favorite show as it is Views from the Stands. I'm your host, Stevie B, Steve Brennan, and we are live. And damn, it feels good to say it. It's been a little bit since we've been back with you guys. We are sorry about that, but we are back and we are ready to go. You know, I got the GM, George Mike, and I also got my other favorite guy, Brandon BC, in the building. How the hell are you boys doing? It's Christmas season. How you boys doing today, guys? G Mike, how you been, bro?
Been good, baby. Been good. Christmas is around the corner. You already know the gift giving is among us, baby. And we haven't been on here for a few weeks now because we all been busy and whatnot. But it's great to be back. And I know BC is hyped with his gloves over there. I don't know why he put those on.
It's not Victory Monday. It's Victory Tuesday. But shoot, it's kind of an ugly game a little bit for the first three quarters. But hey, win's a win either way. So like G Mike said though, it's been a busy few weeks trying to get this money in for Christmas gifts and stuff like that. But hey, it's a labor of love.
There we go, man. But we do have a lot of actually more gifts for you guys because it is a jam-packed show. We have the final college football 12 reactions. Man, there was a lot of big stuff that happened with that. We had a Monday Night Football recap. We got Week 15 NFL picks. We got the NBA Cup updates. We have a fun-filled DownBad Debate, and of course, all the news from around the world of sports. Please, everybody, we're just asking you guys, it's the Christmas spirit. Why not feel a little giving? Give us a like and subscribe, please. And if you want, go ahead and hit the bell. It'll let you know exactly when we're going live. Anytime you want to entertain with the show, we really, truly appreciate it. Before we get to start in this worldwide world of sports, we got to pay some bills. So, Mr. G, Mike, why don't you let the people know how they can get in touch with you and what you have going on?
Yes, sir. Guys, I run a Telegram channel where we offer sports gambling slips for $5 a month to get you winnings from $50 to $100 to $150 a day. You'll see the link, boom, right there. I just put it on your screen right there. Or if you're watching the recorded episode, you'll see it pop up on your screen. Or just hit me up on one of my DMs, get a conversation going, and we'll get you started, baby.
There we go. All right, BC, man, you got a good thing going on too, man. I want you to let the people know.
I mean, we got Brandis.media right now. Holiday season. Sometimes people think during the holidays things slow down. No, weddings and stuff pick up. Engagements. We're kind of expanding the repertoire a little bit though too. The Misses and I that we're working on doing as well, like senior photos. So if you're anybody is graduating high school, graduating college. If you want to do some family formals, obviously like Christmas cards are going to be coming up. So it's like, if you need those last minute deals and stuff like that, hit us up at Brandis Media. We make memories that last a lifetime. And of course, we got you guys covered with the engagements and the weddings as well. Brandis.media. Hit us up.
There we go. And I actually want to introduce a new sponsor we got for the world. It is Cups by Robin. She is a great person. You can see as of here, she can make you whatever you want, including this amazing Views from the Stands cup we got going on. So if you guys are interested in getting any kind of cups, logos, whatever you want, hit me up on my socials and I can get in touch and we can pass the word along. But it's going to be a great sponsor for us, and we got a lot more stuff coming. The boys are getting their own customized cups as well, so we'll all be rocking the same stuff. But yeah, man. So it's been a little while, and I don't know about you boys, but I am ready to get into some sports. How about you boys? You guys ready?
Boys are back in town.
There we go. He hasn't lost his voice at all, man.
Feel me?
All right. Well, if you haven't heard yet, there was some major news out of baseball. Juan Soto cashes in, as you can see the graphic up here, 15 years, $765 million to sign with the New York Mets. Let me just go ahead and put this in perspective for you right quick, how much money that actually is. We're out of Florida here, and so we have two soccer teams here, the Orlando City Soccer Club and Orlando Pride. He could literally buy both clubs and still have a remaining $247 million. That's two professional teams and still have $247 million left over. That is ridiculous amounts of money, man. I thought this graphic was pretty cool up here, man. Just break it down for you. He's getting paid $51 million a year, $4.25 million per month, $980,000 per week, $140 per day, $5,820 per hour, $97 a minute like a hotline. BC, you're a baseball guy, man. What are your thoughts on this one, bro?
I wish I was Juan Soto right now. The things I would do with that money. I mean, first of all, I'd throw some change to Orlando Pride, who won NWSL Cup. Shout out to that. No shade at all thrown over here. Congratulations. Bringing home first major championship to Orlando. Magic been trying to get it done for years. I love my Magic, but come on now. Well, that's weird. Hey, shout out to the Pride, though. They got the job done. Happy to see it. But yeah, going back though to Juan, it's obviously a tremendous blessing for him. You talk about generational wealth. That is that and then some. You got generations times like 50 right there. The amount of people you can impact with that. But it's well-deserving. Dude's one of the best players in the sport. Obviously, baseball continues to rake in cash. Baseball's always been known to have these big, outlandish, extravagant contracts. So I'm not surprised by it. Not surprised it's done by a New York team. Maybe slightly that it wasn't the Yankees, but again, they've got way more superstars they got to juggle. And, some players, they want to chase rings. Some players chase the bag. Juan Soto's chasing the bag. I can't fault him for that.
Yeah, G-Mike, man, that was the point I was going to bring up to you. As the Yankees fan down here, are you shocked or surprised at all that Juan Soto chose the Mets over the Yankees?
No, I'm not surprised at all because, like BC says, we have a bunch of players that we need to pay. One right now, the top priority is going to be Aaron Judge, 100%, and then we got to get some pitching involved as well because we saw in the World Series that the pitching was non-existent, so we got to bring in some pitching.
Well, just before we went live, Max Fried just signed with the Yankees, so it was between them and the Red Sox. So I will respectfully say thank you for that one. Thanks, guys.
We got to get him back, man. He got to get some money, and he wanted the money instead of the Red Sox were going to give him much money as we. Let's be honest. So that's why he came over to us. But just for Juan Soto, man, I'm mad happy for him, bro. Like, it's a big time achievement. 15 years is a huge security blanket. You don't have to worry about anything for the next 15 years. And then $765 million, man. Like, bro, like to think about just having $100 million, like that's some insane shit. To have $665 million, that is literally generational money. His kids are gonna be good for life, man. So
great,
mad respect for him to go with that deal, man. I get why he didn't want to stay with the Yankees. He's getting more money with the Mets, but as a Yankees fan, it does suck for him to leave because we just went to the World Series mainly because of him, really. But he's gonna be gone, and it's gonna be kaput for us.
Yeah, so I guess my take on this one is I'm happy for Juan Soto. Anybody that can make that much money. I really don't like the deal though. I think that these deals never pan out. These deals never work out, and they haven't learned, I guess, from the Albert Pujols deal when that happened years ago. These deals never end up working out. So what's going to end up happening is he's going to wash out. He's already not a great fielder. He's a great hitter. So you're going to basically paying a $51 million a year designated hitter. I don't really like the trade for it, and I don't think he should be making more than Ohtani, which that deal was already insane. It was a bidding war. The Mets obviously wanted that, so they gave it to him. But there's no way in hell I think he should be making more money than Ohtani. And on top of it, too, I just don't think this deal is going to be worth it for the Mets in the long run. There is some opt-out deals. There are some deals where if he stays longer, it can actually reach almost $800 million. I believe it's after the 5th year he has an option to opt out. I don't know what the Mets do at that point, if they can't get a ring within that point. Now, if they're able to sign Pete Alonso, re-sign Pete Alonso, bring him back, Lindor, Alonso, and Soto, that's a hell of a lineup to have to pitch to. I like it if they can be able to get him back, but otherwise, I don't really think that this was a smart move to spend all of that on there. I like Soto. I think he's a great young player. He's 26. So he'll be closer to about 38, 40 years old when this thing's all said and done. It's baseball. I'm sure there'll be some, reconstructions with this or whatever they call it, Having said that, though, I don't think the deal was really smart for the Mets to do it for 15 years. I know that's what the going rate was, and that's how they could do it if they wanted to get him. I just don't really like the deal very much.
But you don't like the deal because it's Juan Soto, or you don't like the deal just because they're spending so much money?
I think it's a combination of both. I don't think Soto is worth paying the $765 for. He's an average fielder at best. And I just go based off of Shohei. Shohei literally is one of the top 5 pitchers in the league and top 5 batters in the league, and has stolen bases. He has so much more to the table. That deal makes a little bit more sense to me. Soto, on the other hand, I don't think he's worth that. I think he should have been in the. I don't know if anybody's ever worth $600 to $700 million, but I could see him maybe getting to like the $700 million range. I could buy that. That would be fine for maybe like 12 years, which is still too long. I don't like any of these long-term contracts. They never work out for the team because the player, something either happens. I mean, he could be done quick and this thing's over with, He's only 26, so you have enough time, but I just don't like the deal. It's too long and too much money.
Yeah,
Is
I
that-
mean, go ahead, George.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
I was just going to kind of echo that. I mean, I will say with the Pujols deal, it's a little different because he was on the other side of 30 when he signed that contract with the Angels.
Yes, you're correct. You're correct.
But again, you only have about like 5 years, and then he's already past 30. So
Exactly.
you're really going to get 10 years. Are you going to take 5 years of potentially a superstar for 10 years of dwindling returns? I don't. That's a decision they make. I agree as far as like these long-term exorbitant contracts. But again, that's the sport of baseball, and it's kind of like you said, like both ways, where it kind of screws the team over financially for long term, and it also, we always see it with these guys too. They get paid, not that they slack off a whole lot, but they slack off just enough to where they're not the Mets aren't going to get the return on investment. And I understand, like you said, Steve, paying that much for Shohei, who's a 50-50 threat in the season, this was just as the DH. So just for his hitting, but he was also able to make an impact on the bases. I understand that, but for Juan, who is not the same hitter or the same base runner as
fielder at that moment for all intents and purposes.
So you're basically paying more for a lesser product. Is that thing?
You're paying for. I mean, to me, it kind of seems like they're paying for an expensive DH, which they already have in Pete Alonso.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean? Like that's all I'm saying with it. No offense to Juan Soto. Every time I've ever seen him, he always seems like a really good kid. I'm happy for him to be able to get that money, like you guys were saying too. It's generational wealth, and if anybody is able to offer you that much money, you're damn sure going to take it, of course. So nothing against the player, nothing like that. I don't think it's smart for the Mets, and apparently they still haven't learned spending a lot of money on a player. Ergo, Bobby Bonilla, they're still paying the man, So, and one more thing I wanted to bring up about this deal, though, too, is that the difference in the Shohei deal and Soto deal, Shohei is deferred. This one is not. So that's a major factor for the Mets. The Dodgers are still going to be able to stay relevant pretty much an entire Shohei contract because he's only going to be making about $2 to $3 million a year to have arguably the best player in baseball. So that's a major difference.
And let's be realistic as well. The Dodgers literally were able to capitalize on that in the shortest amount of time possible.
Yep.
Whereas the Mets, are we really going to look at the New York Mets next year and say, oh, title contenders immediately?
Right, and even in their division, they still have to go through Philly and Atlanta, and which are still going to be good. Now Atlanta did just lose Fried, but having said that, though, I mean they're still going to be a competitive team. Acuna's coming back, so it's going to be very interesting. Good for Soto. Once again, though, good for Soto to get that money, but I just don't know if I necessarily like the deal. And the one last thing I wanted to bring up about Soto as well, and it may not mean that much, but he already has been in the league for 6 to 7 years. He came in the league so young. He may only be 26, but he's already been playing since he was 19. So, I mean, he's already got a little bit of wear and tear on the body on there. Not too bad. Still only 26. But having said that, though, I don't know. I don't like the deal. Yeah. You got anything else on that one, guys?
No. Hey, fat contract, though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Good for him, man. I think it's the largest in American sports history. And I feel like it was literally almost to this day, a year ago, we were doing the radio show and we were talking about Shohei breaking this contract. Is this good for sports and everything, So,
I mean, it's a win for Soto. It's a loss for the Mets, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Point Soto lost Mets, but good luck for the Mets on that one.
Maybe that's why the Yankees didn't want to give it to him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Yankees, they didn't want to go 15. I think that was one of the determining factors. And now there's also some stuff coming out that Soto was a little bit frustrated with the Yankees. There was an instance, I guess, where one of his family members got kicked out of a certain area. He didn't like it at all. And I guess he never really got over it. I don't know if he ever felt really super comfortable there either. So we'll see, man.
Shout out to the Yankees pulling a raise and being frugal right there. Look at that. Okay.
It is kind of surprising, though. The Yankees aren't what the Yankees used to be. Is like they get any player. I mean, they were trying to go after Snell or Juan Soto and ended up with neither. Yeah. Now, getting Max isn't a bad compensation prize, but still, it is kind of surprising for the Yankees.
And sometimes, though, too, like just because you can't get the big fish, that doesn't mean that it's always gonna. That means it will always pan out for the team that signs them. Look at Snell last year with the Dodgers, or not the Dodgers, with the Giants.
Yeah.
So. It's one of those things where sometimes your second option can end up being the best option because they pan out better. So,
right. All right. Well, leaving the baseball diamond, we got some interesting news coming out of the NBA, man. Oh, Yimmy Buckets over here. I guess the Miami Heat are in consideration of trading Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, I guess, is on board with this as well. The three teams that seem like they're the front runners in Jimmy Butler's eyes are the Dallas Mavericks, the Houston Rockets, and Golden State Warriors. All right, G Mike, you are a Miami Heat fan. I'm sure you feel very passionate about this one. What's your thoughts on possibly moving on from Jimmy?
First of all, I want to say that I haven't heard anything from Jimmy. I haven't heard anything from his agent, and I haven't heard anything from Pat Riley. It's been that they have said something. There's rumors that they have said something, but I have not seen a video where they're talking about this. So I just want to say that from the get-go, this is all rumors right now.
Correct.
Right? But let's play with it. Let's play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Let's say that the Heat are open to trading away Jimmy Butler. No, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Jimmy has been that dog for us. He's been the one that comes up in clutch moments and takes us to the Eastern Conference Finals and the NBA Finals. Like, it's been consistency since he's got here for the last 4 to 5 years. And why would you want to trade away that? Well, I think the reason they want to trade away that is they want to use his age and bring other young assets and try to get away from some assets, including him, which in this case would be Duncan Robinson. Trading away Duncan Robinson with Jimmy to open up cap space to bring in other players and other young players to fit Tyler Hero, Bam, and everyone else on the team. No, I don't like it if we go to trade away, but if we do, I understand it. I know the business side of it, and I understand why we would want to give him away. He's old. He's going to open up money for us if we give away Duncan Robinson or someone else with a fat contract, and we bring in some young players and young pieces. But when it comes to our chances of winning, it's going to diminish if we give away Jimmy Butler.
Right. Yeah, I'll go ahead and jump in on this one too, because my Dallas Mavericks are in the mix in this one. I don't think Dallas is going to be able to pull this off, to be honest with you. I would love to see Jimmy Butler. Obviously, who wouldn't want Jimmy Butler on their team? He's a dog. He's got that next level mentality as soon as the playoffs hits. I don't think Dallas has the capital, the money to be able to move them. And what are they going to have to give up? Dallas has been surging lately with the young players. Everybody's kind of clicking over there. It seems like it's a fun spot to be. I don't think that Dallas can pull off this trade here. But I do think Golden State could be an interesting one in this one, because Golden State's at this point, Curry's still playing great. Curry's still Curry. So they kind of want to try and make one last, I think, hoorah with Curry, but then what are you going to give up on that one too? It's got to be probably Kuminga and maybe a couple of the other younger players. If I'm Jimmy, Houston is got to be one of the surprises of the NBA this season. That's probably, if I was Jimmy, that's the place I would want to end up, is Houston. You can be around a bunch of young players. He would still be able to be the alpha in the room. I think Houston has a good chance here, and I don't think Jimmy would have to change much of what he already does, and he would still be Jimmy Butler whenever it mattered. BC, man, what's your thoughts on this one? Oh, sorry, bro. Go ahead, G Mike.
Real quick, just with those three teams that you have mentioned, I don't want no one from those teams unless they're the stars. Yeah. Like, to be honest,
yeah.
So who the fuck are we going to get in return for these? Golden State, Kuminga, maybe Andrew Wiggins, or Buddy Hield, but honestly, I don't want none of them. We already have
and why would Golden State get rid of Buddy Hield at this point, or
exactly. We don't need that. We go to Houston. Who are we gonna get in return? Dylan Brooks. Keep that guy over there, bro. We don't want that shit. And then from Dallas, don't get me wrong, you guys have a good team, but who are we gonna get in return from Jimmy if it's not Kyrie or Luka or Klay Thompson? PJ Washington. No, man, I don't want PJ Washington. Like, he's going to play defense, and that's it. We need more scoring is what we need.
The only thing I could think that maybe would be offered would be maybe picks, and then that way you could start kind of back over. But yeah, no, I think you're definitely on the right track with it too. I don't know especially on Dallas, that's my team here. I don't know who the hell they're going to give up for them to keep themselves in spot where they are, because Dallas is playing pretty damn good right now. Who are you going to give up for them, and why would you give up for anybody for them? And they seem like they have a good chemistry going too. And I love Jimmy to death, but sometimes he can be a little I don't know, a little abrasive sometimes. So you don't know. Sometimes bringing in a guy like that doesn't always work out. Hell of a player though. Love Jimmy Buckets. BC, man, you got any thoughts on this one?
I mean, obviously I'm gonna lean more towards Golden State, just because I like Steph. I like the team. It would be nice to see him get like one last chance at a championship run, because with this core, don't know how much longer, he's going to want to stay there if he does. I know he said he wants to be a lifer, but I know too that, like you said, his game is going to age well. But again, you never know when when he's going to call it a career. So I think eventually if it's not going to be within the next couple of years, he'll be gone. So I would like to see these two team together, because also too the thought of Jimmy Butler in the NBA Finals and potentially winning a champ. I know he's already appeared in it, but the actual chance at winning a championship finally, he's that guy that deserves it, I think. I feel like his best chance at a championship could be Golden State, just because they've got the championship mentality. You've got, I know obviously Draymond is Draymond. It would be interesting to see those two on the court and in a locker room together. But I feel like, though, too, it would be nice to see like his slashing, his defense pairing with Steph's ability to spread the floor and his gravity on offense. It's interesting for sure for me.
I'm taking it BG is not liking Jimmy leaving the Heat, possibly, huh?
Guy BG, man, he's a Heat fan just like me and my dog. And bro, it's just like, you don't want to see your star player get traded, dog. Like, yeah, if he leaves in free agency, it is what it is, man. You can't get mad at him for leaving in free agency. And especially after all these years that we try to put together a championship team, but there's been so many hold-ups because we want to see how Tyler Hero is going to do. And this year he's been doing great. He's been playing like an all-star, and he has been proving himself. But it's taken 5 years, bro. 5 years. We could have gotten Donovan Mitchell. We could have got Damian Lillard. We could have got Kevin Durant. We could have gotten Kyrie Irving. Could have gotten Bradley Beal. And we waited 5 years to see what Tyler Hero is going to do, bro. In the NBA Finals, this guy only played one good game.
Like, having said that, though, you brought up Dame Lillard. Do you think there's any chance that they could possibly work a deal with the Bucks? It's like the Bucks started out horrible. Let's be real. They started out horrible. They've kind of got their stuff together. It seems like it's gelling a little bit more, but it doesn't seem like it's really working over there for anybody. Giannis, or even Dame. Do you think there's any possibility with that? I mean, because that was always a rumor back in the day that Dame and Dame might be coming to Miami or something. I know you guys, everybody was pushing for it.
I think there's always a possibility of getting anybody to come to the Heat, man, because of the environment of Miami. That we got a pretty big market team. Like, we're probably top 10, top 15 when it comes to making money in the NBA. We got coaches that know how to develop players and want that winning attitude. Like, there's good things going in Miami, but one, Pat Riley doesn't pull the switch on anything. This guy just fucking bro. This guy literally gives everybody blue balls and then takes it away, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not doing shit." And then the second thing is that players that want to make money but don't want to work hard, don't want to play for the Heat, because when you come to the Heat, you have to work hard. You got to play your role, and you have to work hard. And people don't want to do that, bro. If you look at the NBA players around the league, there's only probably 5% of them that really work their ass off and want to win. Everybody else is nonchalant, just trying to get money, bro. Like, let's be real.
If I'm going to be real, I don't think Pat Riley with that slick back hair has ever had anything to do with blue balls, if I have to be honest with you, bro. That dude's a player, man. Come on now. You can be tripped if you think Pat Riley ever has to worry about that. Having said that, though, yeah, man, that's an interesting concept, man. I hope Jimmy they can figure it out and Jimmy can stay. But if he comes to Dallas, I ain't going to be upset either, man. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump off of the NBA court and head over to the college rankings, because there's a lot to talk about on this one. So it just came out that the Heisman finalists are all up, and it's down to these four: Dylan Gabriel, Travis Hunter, Ashton Gentry, and Cam Ward. All right, man, there's some interesting aspects here from all of these guys on here. Mr. G, Mike, I'm going to allow you to go first on this one, man. Who is your pick and why?
I'm curious.
I would love to choose Cam Ward, right? I would love to choose him. Obviously, the starting quarterback for my team led us to a great season that we haven't had since like 2001, 2002. And it's just been phenomenal to see, especially the way he plays in the second half of the game. This guy comes out and he's ready to just throw darts at people, bro, and get touchdowns and win games, man. But Miami got kicked out of the playoffs, so he's not going to get the Heisman. Let's be honest. I want to say Ashton Gentry because he's leading his team, Boise State, to literally they're having a bye week in the college football playoffs. When we had talked about in an episode, I don't know if you remember, which underdog team can make the college football playoff. And I chose Boise State. And look at them. They're about to be a bye week team. They're about to be a bye week team. This guy is literally putting his team on his back, bro.
Yep.
But I have to go with Travis Hunter, man, because we have not seen someone like him do what he does since Charles Woodson. And even then, Charles Woodson did not play so many games on both sides of the ball like Travis Hunter did. This guy has been dominating the whole year. And last year, he did the same thing. He did the same thing, but he didn't play every single game both sides. This year, he's played every single game both sides. And this guy's getting interceptions. This guy's getting receiving touchdowns. This guy's getting like 10 catches a game. This guy's getting 100+ yards a game. He's getting forced fumbles. Bro, you know what it is to play both sides of the ball every single game, every single minute of the game, and still dominate?
Yeah.
Like, bro, again, that's my vote. I don't think he's going to get it because of where Boise State is at, and they have the bye week in the college football player, and winning does take account into these trophies. So I think Genty is going to get it.
All right, well, let me go ahead and take you guys back on a little bit of a magic carpet ride back in the day a little bit. The year was 1997. The man was named Charles Woodson. He was going against a guy named Peyton Manning. Perhaps you heard of him. He pulled off one of the biggest Heisman upsets in history as being a dual threat. He was the first and only dual threat to ever do it until this year. My man Travis Hunter is taking this, man. This kid is unbelievable, man. 92 receptions, 1,152 yards receiving, 14 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. 31 total tackles. He's a legitimately dual threat person that can play both levels of the ball. He's going to make it in the pros doing the exact same thing. The kid is ridiculous and unbelievable. It is hands down Travis Hunter. I love the Genty story. I think that he's a hell of a player and is awesome, but there's no one that is playing absolutely better college football right now than Travis Hunter.
I don't know, man. Like, George pretty much laid out most of my argument for Genty here. Like, you're literally, I understand the dual threat thing, and I think it's going to be close. If Hunter wins it, I'm not going to be upset about that. Mm-hmm. Like, I love defense. I played it for most of my football career, but just what Genty is doing, over 2,500 yards from scrimmage, 30 total touchdowns, carrying his team on his back, like G Mike said, and literally he's putting up better rushing numbers than a lot of schools do. Like, this guy's outgaining not just his entire team. He's outgaining a lot of schools. So, like, to have this kind of historic season, obviously, I think we've seen more in certain college seasons for sure. But, like, this is such a legendary season. And on top of that, it's not just he's doing this on a 6-16 and he's stat padding. No, he is literally leading his team to wins. So I think that has to be taken into account here. And, again, this isn't like with Dylan Gabriel where he's kind of putting up some pedestrian numbers on a winning team. This is fantastic stats, and the team is getting results on top of that. So I think for me, I got to give Ashton just that slight edge just because, again, his stuff is leading to team success and he's putting up historic numbers. Travis Hunter, fantastic story. And if he wins, he's my number 2 pick in this. If he wins it, I'm not going to be mad, but I just got to give Genty that slight nod.
And the thing with Genty too and Boise State's defense is fucking cocky, bro. And they're literally in the bye week of the college football playoffs, bro.
We'll be getting into that in a minute. That's
crazy.
That one's got something going on there. I want to go ahead and give a shout out to BG again for checking in out there. He was had my back in this one on this one, saying Travis Hunter is the dual threat phenom, man. I totally agree. This Heisman. I remember the Mac Jones, and that was the same year as Devontae Smith winning, correct? That was the same year?
Yeah, Mac Jones.
I thought that was kind of a weak class, but I really think that you can have a case for each one of these guys, and I don't think it's horrible 100%. Of any of these guys. Like, these ones, some years there's like, all right, how was this guy even up there really or something? Even Dylan Gabriel being probably the least productive, if you will, to this, he still has the number 1 team by far in the country going right now, and he's played great. I mean, he's played more college football than anybody else. It was like him and Bo Nix, like, set records. They played like, 900 games or something, just hypothetical, obviously. But you know what I mean? Like, I think each one of these guys really legitimately have a legit chance of being a Heisman, and I don't think anybody would be upset with any of these guys winning. I think it's a very strong class.
Yeah, and with Dylan Gabriel, if you guys don't know, because you're looking at the stats and you're like, well, his stats are not like all that great. They're great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but they're not all that great. But the thing is, if you actually watch the Oregon games, this guy has been leading his team under getting their ass whooped at times, coming back, leading them to wins, or if not, making clutch throws, making clutch plays, winning drives. Yo, this guy is a fucking championship.
Yeah, he's extremely accurate as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and again, like that's not, my comments earlier about like him, putting up pedestrian numbers. I'm saying that basically in comparison to
what the other, the other guys.
Course.
Yeah, and that's something that, again, it's just when we're talking about the best of the best, it sucks that you have to nitpick it, but it's what you have to do.
But they're all great. I'm telling you right now, they're all great. They all deserve it. I'm telling you.
I agree. And I think this class is really good, and I actually think that all of them will have a good career going forward as well, wherever they go. Yep. I think Gabriel might slip out of these guys. I think Gabriel might slip maybe the second round, third round, or something. But I think he'll have a good career. Kind of reminds me of like a little Russell Wilson-ish. Like something like that. An accurate thrower, can throw it in whenever he needs to. Look at Bo Nix. Bo Nix is kind of turning off the end, and Bo Nix was kind of the same kind of style, very accurate, very precise passer. But just before we get into later on the show, just a quick update in the NBA Cup. We'll be talking about the NBA Cup in a little bit, but Orlando is actually up right now, 68-64, with about 7 minutes to go in the third quarter over Milwaukee. Milwaukee's at home. So it's getting into the quarterfinals right now. So shout out to Orlando out there, BC. That's your boys.
They heard my comments about the Pride bringing home championship. Like, all right, I see your NWSL Cup, and I sort of raise you an NBA Cup.
I mean, Orlando City did bring home the one cup the one time, but the Pride actually brought home the championship. So, all right. Well, we're sticking with college football, man. There's so much that's been going on with college football, and it is finally time. It is here. The Final 12 is available. Man, I've been waiting for this for a long time to go ahead and talk about this one, guys. BC, I'm going to have you go first on this one, big guy. What is your thoughts, and did they get this right?
They did, because there is no Alabama in this. Thank God. I'm sorry. I as somebody that for
I don't
years,
like Clemson though. Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, that's fair for sure. But just as somebody that for years has just heard nothing but Roll Tide everywhere I go, it's like it's like nails on a chalkboard. It's such an awful sound. But but no. Aside from that though, like I would definitely agree. Clemson for sure is an interesting pick in this one. But yeah, overall, it's a good group. I'm definitely excited to see some new blood, some of the newer teams. SMU, obviously, Indiana. Like again, teams in Boise State, like teams that we picked some of them. Obviously, Boise State is like a sleeper team to make the playoffs, but teams that either it's been a long time since they've been on this stage, or they've never really been in the bright lights like that. It's exciting to see a lot of new blood.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, I don't like the Clemson one, but overall, I would say it's pretty darn good. It's not bad. And honestly, I'm just excited to see a big playoff format like this for the first time when it comes to college football, because it's always been bowl games, and then it transitioned to only 4 teams in the college football playoffs, and then now 12 teams. Bro, it just makes the end of the year that much more exciting, and the beginning of next year just that much more exciting.
And you still got to mix the bowl games too to kind of whet your appetite a little bit for the playoffs.
Yeah, of course. You got to keep the tradition around for sure. But
exactly.
Steve, I don't know if you want to make some picks right now, so I'm gonna let you go next. But man, we got a week still. We can. I think next week we can probably go ahead and make our final picks on this one. I think. But all right. So normally it's kind of weird for me over here, because usually I'm always the one that's always the more positive, and everybody else is. I'm going doom and gloom on this one a little bit, man. There's some stuff I don't like. I'm not gonna lie. There's some stuff I don't like. I don't think Boise State should get the bye. I think that they should be in the 12th team. I have no problem with Boise State being in the 12th team. So who should be in the bye?
Who should be in the bye?
Yeah, if Boise State.
Well, here's what the problem is. Here's where the problem is, and I think that it's the first year the 12 team has done this. It's obviously the first year, so there's some kinks they got to work out. But when the hell did the Mountain West all of a sudden become a relevant conference? They're so relevant that we give them a bye? That's bullshit. I'm not buying that one. What about the Atlantic or the American? I'm sorry, the American Conference. The American Conference, there's no one represented in this one. So if we're going off of the Power 5, when the hell did the Mountain West also become part of this group that you have to get a bye in there?
Well, who's the American team represented?
Huh?
Who's the top team in the American?
Army. Army had the same record as Boise State. And the only loss in Boise State's the only leg Boise State has to stand on is that they lost by a few points to Oregon. They beat a UNLV team. That was okay, great.
Who was the loss that the Army got?
Notre Dame. That's it.
But that's why, because Oregon's the best team and they only lost by a few points. Bro, Oregon is freaking nasty. Penn State.
Oh, no. Oregon.
Notre Dame is
all
right.
One. I'm totally good with Oregon being one. Oregon deserves it. Oregon is the best team.
I'm talking about how Army lost to Notre Dame and Boise State only lost to Oregon by a few points. Like you get what I'm saying?
Okay, fine. I can go. I can go with that, I suppose. But like you brought up before, Clemson. I just don't. I don't like how they valued some of these teams and some teams they didn't. And my point is, I'm saying is that I think they next year. This is the first year, so there's going to be some kinks. Next year, they really need to establish which conferences actually matter, because right now it's basically there's not enough representation of the other conferences if you're going to put in one team from the Mountain West and no one from the American. The American used to bid an automatic bid whenever this was the 14 playoff, right? So, and here's my other problem. Here's my other problem with this as well. And I've had this. What's that?
I said, tell that to UCF.
Exactly. That's right. And so here's my other problem, and I've had this problem with Notre Dame for quite a long time. Notre Dame is independent. That is not fair at all. They're in the ACC and every other thing except football. So realistically, Notre Dame didn't have to play a conference championship, and they automatically get a bid in off of what?
Yeah,
and they had one of the worst losses of the year. They lost to Northern Illinois.
I think it should be the teams, the top 12 teams with all the conferences combined, with the best records and the most points scored. I think that's how you should be to get it.
I could go with you on that. I think what I just need the committee to explain a little bit more and be a little bit more consistent on is what conferences actually matter. Because
all of them should. If not, what are we doing?
Fine. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I'm totally fine with that. You have to. I mean, if you're going, you have to choose which conferences though. And hear me out. What I'm saying here is that, like, so we have our big ones. You have the SEC, ACC, Big 10, Big 12, and then it used to be the American. Now apparently it's the Mountain West, and that might change next year. So that's where I think the confusion is starting to come in here a little bit. Is how did Boise State get in? Arizona State won the Big 12. But Arizona State is got a bye in there, yes. But there was talks that Arizona State might not even make it in. That's my problem with Boise State. I think Boise State, if you want to put them in, fine. They could be one of the best at-large teams. Fine. Put them in the 12 spot, put them in whatever spot in there. But the fact they're getting a first-round bye, and if you look at the schedule here too, they're getting the easier conference here. They're getting the easier play. Oregon has the harder play. They're getting Ohio State or Tennessee, who is way better than anything that are besides Oregon. I guess they did play them, but you see what I'm saying here, though? How is that working out for Oregon, who did win overall, who was number one almost the entire year? They had to play one of the top teams in here. But Arizona State here also gets maybe the 12. Why wouldn't they switch that around to where Oregon should be getting the 12 if they win?
Yeah, no, it's definitely.
See what I'm saying?
I feel like when it comes to this, right, and it's not just this year. I think it was the previous years of the college football players and even the bowl games. I think it's all really popularity contest at the end. Which team is gonna bring in the most views? Obviously, they got to do it to a certain point, because if a team has 4 losses, you can't put them in this. You can't put them into the end. You can't put them in a bowl game. But if they're away by 1 loss, they're gonna try to fit them in there, like they try to do at Alabama.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, again, it should be all the conferences, the top 12 teams with the top 12 records plus total points. That's how I feel it should be.
Yeah, I'm totally in. That's what I agree with you as well. I think it should be the winners of the conferences.
Yep.
I just want them to verify what conferences they actually are looking at, because there's plenty of FBS conferences that they're not talking about at all. But that's all I'm getting at, is that make it a little bit more clear which ones actually matter. If you're going to make it the power, because it was the group of 5 is what they called it, and Mountain West was damn sure not in it. And now, so are they going to call it the Power 6? And then those 6, if you want to include them in there, fine. That's cool. Give me some clarity on it. And then the rest of the 6 at large, figure that out from there. But I don't think that Boise should be getting a bye.
Yeah, and it's definitely, I will say this as well, like the amount of the conference realignments over the last 5-10 years has really thrown a wrench in all of this, because we used to have the Power Five, which was, like you said, SEC, ACC, Big 10, Big 12, Pac 12, Pac 10 when it used to be that. But then, and then like you said, you had the Group of Five. I always thought that doing something where you have all Power Five conferences are represented, and then you have one Group of Five champion that's represented, and then after that it's at large. But obviously now we can't really do that because you've got Texas now playing in the SEC, and
right. I was about to say to piggyback of what you're saying here, the top 4 teams in there, 2 of the 4 weren't even in the same conference they were in last year.
Yeah, and then on top of that, now you have the Pac-12. That's the Pac-2. Like, what do we
right?
do?
In which the Pac-12 is actually trying to rebuild and become again. So granted, they're going to be probably 6 teams or something along those lines, but
this makes sense. The University of South Florida being in the Pac-12, make that make sense.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. And I mean, you can go back to the conference realignments, and there's a lot of different things you can go with this. But I just think that the committee needs to be a little bit more clear on which conferences actually are going to be your champions. That's going to be your top 6, or expand it. We'll see how the 12 works, but maybe expand it, and then you can fit a few more teams in or something maybe. But I just think that they need to be a little bit more transparent on which conferences are going to get these automatic bids. That's all.
They actually make these realignments make sense.
That and make damn Notre Dame play football at a damn conference.
Yeah,
that's frustrating.
I think the independents need to join a conference. Like,
yeah,
seriously, like, everybody else has to. Like,
it's ironic. It's ironic. The only sport Notre Dame doesn't do it in is football. And how many times have they benefited from going into the championship games and getting their ass handed to them every single time? But yet they get in because they don't have to take that win or loss of going through a conference championship. They just go in because they're Notre Dame. That's not fair either.
If the military schools can be in a conference, Notre Dame can be in a conference.
Agreed. Right.
They're not that special.
Right. And I thought Army should have had at least a chance to get in, maybe even at the 12th spot or so, something like that. I don't think they would have won. It just would have been, I think, a good thing for them to get in because they are a conference champion and they're not getting any kind of love for it. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, the Bucks are running away with this.
Oh, yeah. Quick update now. It's 78-70.
Giannis has 5 blocks.
Oh,
dude, that turns out he's good.
That boy,
well,
he's trying to win. That's what's going on. He's trying to win.
Well, I mean, when you're going up against most of the guys on the Magic are like, it's between like 6'4" and 6'10". You don't really have a lot of freaks that stand out above that can elevate above Giannis. So it's like, yeah, good luck with that.
All right. Well, are you guys good with the conference championships thing? I think next week we'll make our own bracket, kind of our own picks, kind of thing. We'll come up with some fun games on how we can do this. Maybe pick a name out of the hat or something. We'll come up with something kind of fun. Everybody play along. We're gonna make a ESPN predictor kind of thing. If anybody wants to join on there, be a part of the show. We'll make our own picks. You guys can compete against us, and we'll give you a shout out. You can come on the show and get your kudos while you can, man.
We will.
All right, boys, we're going to go ahead and leave the college game and head to that old Monday night game where our boy G-Mike, I'm sure, has a lot to talk about as the Dallas Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals took on Monday night. And let's see, man, the Cincinnati Bengals pulled it off at the end, 27-20. Joe Burrow goes for 33 of 44, 369, 3 TDs, and 1 INT. Jamar freaking Chase, 14 receptions, 177 yards, 2 TDs. Cooper Rush, 16 of 31, 183, 2 TDs, 1 INT. Rico Dowdle, look at this guy, man. 18 carries, 131 yards, and of course you got CeeDee Lamb, 6 receptions, 93 yards, and a touchdown. G-Mike, man, these are your boys. Take the lead on this one, brother.
It's not really much to say, man. I actually had someone ask me, "Oh, are you taking the boys over the Bengals?" And I said, "Nope, I'm not taking anybody in this game, bro." It's because the way we play, man, it's just been the same tune all season long. Our secondary is fucking trash. They can't cover nobody. Jamar Chase went crazy, 14 receptions for almost 200 yards. I think he had like 175 or 180 or something like
177.
that. With a TD and bro, Joe Burrow had 300 plus yards. Like, he was going crazy. Yeah, we were stopping the run a little bit. Chase Brown wasn't going that insane, but dude, like, our secondary is trash. Our offense was doing a little work, but that's because the Bengals defense is trash as well. So there was no surprise there. And then at the end, when we had a chance to win, of course, our backup quarterback Cooper Rush chokes it heavy, and then we don't come out with a win. And Cincinnati Bengals just end Monday Night Football with another dub. It's disappointing that our season has gone to shit from like 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But to not win another home game in prime time, bro, is very disappointing. Very disappointing.
Yep. Maybe you guys ought to stop playing with the lights on bright then. Maybe get a few 1 o'clock games and try to see if your luck changes.
Man.
Yeah, BC, man, you got any thoughts on this one, bro? I mean, like it's been a wild season for Dallas, man. It really has. Like they had on paper they had everything they needed, and it's just not worked out at all for them.
It's not just been a wild season. It's been a wild quarter century for Dallas. Like honestly, like since the 90s, it's just been the same formula. Like 8-8 to like 10-7. Maybe make it past the first round, but
bro, in 2015 we went 13-3, bro. What are you saying?
But I'm saying go to the playoffs though, man. Playoffs.
We won the divisional round last year. No, the year before that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
or it was last year. No,
it was
not. It was the wild card. I'm sorry, wild card.
Wild card. Yep. Win the wild card, losing divisional, eat, sleep, rinse, repeat. Same thing. And again, there are outliers for sure. Like they've made championship games here and there. Occasionally, they've gotten 13 wins, obviously, like George alluded to. But it's just the same story. It's circling the wagon, taking a page out of Buffalo's book. Preseason hype. This is our year. Things are looking kind of crappy. Things pick up. Go on a streak. Choke it all the way in the postseason. So it's just one of those for me. Like it's a good soap opera. Keeps me very entertained. So,
man,
frustrated.
Yeah, I mean, like it's Dallas.
You guys are laughing at my pain?
Dallas has been pretty injured, man. Dallas has been pretty injured. I'm trying to give them a bit of the doubt because I think that they
have that is a fact though.
They've been pretty injured. I'm not trying to go too hard on them per se. And they lost their franchise quarterback. Clearly, Dak goes down. They weren't playing that great. This literally isn't even like a pick-on question here, G Mike. But have they won a game at home this year?
We have not. That's what I'm saying. It's very disappointing that we lost this one.
Which is literally
we had it in the bag. We punt a fucking punt.
Yeah,
oh my God.
What was it last year? They didn't lose a game at home, right? Like
we haven't before this season. We didn't lose a game at home for like a year and a half.
Right. It's just been one of those seasons where it's a wash and they need to go back to the drawing board and start back over. And unfortunately, Jerry Jones is still going to be your GM next year. And it's, like I can't figure out what they're doing, what they're doing wrong because they seem like they make some decent decisions sometimes. Like they on paper, it's like, man, all right, I can see what you're doing here, and then it just doesn't work. I cannot figure it out for them, man.
Dude, is that I knew that the season went to shit when Derrick Henry said, I was waiting on a call on Dallas and I never got a call from them.
Yeah.
And then he goes to the Ravens for what? 10 million?
Yeah, easily could have afforded them. Easily could have afforded them.
Bro.
Well, I don't think there's really much you can really say about the Cowboys in this one. I do want to ask you guys a question, which has been coming up a lot lately, and I'm kind of starting to get on board. What about Joe Burrow for MVP? Joe Burrow, typically, it normally goes to a quarterback that's on, one of the winning teams. Although Cincinnati, their record is not what it should be, Joe Burrow is playing lights out. Like, legitimately, he's leading the league in passing, correct? He's got the most touchdowns, minimal interceptions. Is there a possibility, could you see a realm where Joe Burrow could legitimately make a case for MVP on a losing team?
No?
No?
Yeah, I think it's Josh Allen's year, bro. It's Josh Allen's year.
Yeah, people are going to
right. That was my pick. I'm saying, could you? I think there is a legitimate case that Joe Burrow needs to start getting some recognition for it, though. It is not his fault that the team is losing at all. Joe Burrow
100%.
is playing the best quarter. I think Joe Burrow personally is playing probably the best quarterback in the league. You can argue with Josh Allen in there, maybe up and down. Lamar has his moments, but I think overall playing quarterback, though, man, Joe Burrow, he's playing lights out, bro.
No, he is. He is. It's just that you always got to take into winning as an account. Like you can't disappear from that. You need to take that into account. And the Bills, man, are just looking incredible. Yes, they lost to the Rams. Oh, wow, what a fucking
6 touchdowns
game.
later.
12 touchdowns between both quarterbacks in that game. That is fucking crazy. But he was playing lights out, and he's been playing lights out all year. When we thought, not just us three, but a lot of analysts out there thought that the Bills weren't gonna be shit because they didn't have no receivers. And look at them now. What, 10-3?
Yeah, no, I mean, I was saying I thought I was going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I thought that Josh Allen would play well. I didn't expect them to be this well. I didn't think they're going to suck as bad, but dude, they're playing great. They're playing great. But yeah, so you guys are just to put the rest. No Joe Burrow. And what if he makes the playoffs?
If they're
still mathematically in it. They're not out.
If they make the postseason, I could see him the MVP argument getting stronger. But again, if they don't make the postseason, if they have a losing record, it's going to be the empty stats argument. That's going to be the nail in the coffin for him. They're going to point to Josh Allen winning. They're going to point to Lamar putting up amazing stats as usual on another winning team. Probably an even better team than last year. So Joe Burrow has an uphill battle to climb from here.
No, and I like Joe Burrow, man. This guy's a dog. Like you saw it in this game, and you've seen it in several other games that he gets injured and he'll still go back out there and still throw 300 yards, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bro, he's a dog.
He is as good in the NFL as he was advertised in college. That 60 touchdown quarterback at LSU is still that same quarterback that's out on the field right now for Cincinnati. And
what's wild? You know what's wild? If you go back, he actually when he first started, he wasn't good. When he was at Ohio, he was at Ohio State, transferred to LSU. His first year at LSU was garbage. He was not good at all. And all of a sudden, it clicked. It clicked. And he has just never looked back since that point. But it is kind of amazing if you go back and look at his first beginning college numbers. Holy shit, you would never even know it's the same guy.
Yeah.
And Joe Burrow is amazing. He's absolutely amazing.
But he's had some great receivers. Let's not shy away from that too. Let's not shy away from.
That helps. But did you guys hear the press conference after which Joe Burrow press conferences are just becoming like entertaining as hell, almost as good as Jerry Jones's are. His facial reactions, I just feel so bad for the guy because he is literally like, I can't do anything else. Like, we suck out there right now. Like, I don't know what else to do. Like, I literally am putting up 300-400 yards, not throwing interceptions. Man. And, but
if it wasn't for that defense, if they had a good defense right now, bro, they would be where Buffalo's at, 10-3, easily.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's just a wild year that you can have. If you look at Burrow's numbers, and they're not. I mean, like I say, they're not mathematically out of it. But one more loss and they're pretty much done.
Yeah, and just to touch on that though too for this season, like if you're at G-Mike, you'll get this. Like if you're a gambling person this year, this has been probably the worst betting season I think in league history.
Bro. Oh my God.
G-Mike,
bro, we could do another episode on that, bro, and I'll just rant the whole time because you're fucking right, bro. It's been horrible, and even with the NBA, it's been horrible too.
Yep,
bro.
Well, viewership's down in the league.
I think Vegas literally talked to both leagues, sat them down, and we're like, "Yo, this season, you guys are doing exactly what we say." I think that's what's going on.
Yeah,
crazy shit.
Man, yeah, I know. I agree with you, man. All right, well, sticking with the NFL, man. We're going to go ahead and start making our NFL Week 15. I can't believe it is already Week freaking 15, man. This has been going by so damn fast. Gents, let's go ahead and start making our picks, man. We have a really fun one on Thursday night, man. How about shout out to Thursday Night Football? It's actually been really good this year, actually. There's been some bad ones. There's only been like one or two bad ones, but overall, Thursday Night Football has been awesome this year, actually. Some of the big performances.
Amazon Prime, dog. They spend that money, baby.
Yeah.
Man. Even that loss the Bucs had against the Falcons, it was still a great game to watch.
Oh, God, yeah, man. An amazing game. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start it off up here. We're going to go ahead and start it off with
in the second quarter. That's just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go ahead and start it off at the top up here, man, with the Thursday night game. We got the LA Rams against the San Francisco 49ers. This is a hell of a division clash. I'm excited for this game, honestly, because there's a lot riding on this game. San Francisco needs to make that turnaround. They destroyed the Bears last week. Maybe they're starting to get right, even though they lost Garindo, they lost Mason, they lost. I don't know if Garindo's coming back here yet or not. That's still be TBD. But Garindo's out. They got Mason out. They got CMC out. Having said that, I think I'm going to take the Rams in this one, man. Stafford this continues to impress me. Puka Nacua is ridiculous, and Cooper Kupp is still just that dude as well. So give me the Rams in this one.
Yeah, LA is the less injury-prone team right now at this point, and San Francisco is most vulnerable they have been, I would say, during this era of football for them. So it's not easy pickings for LA, but it's going to be a dogfight for sure, but they've got enough to pull it out.
Yeah, and guys, when I make these picks, just know that I do this off of sports gambling. So when I say to take a team, baby. And divisional games, I'm not really good. I'm not really like on those because I feel like divisional games could go any way. But with this one, I agree with both of them. I think LA is just going to take it because San Francisco's offense is just have not been good with CMC being out, Jordan Mason being out, their running backs, their rush offense is non-existent right now, so their pass offense is non-existent. And I just think the LA Rams have just clicked in the middle of the season with getting all their players back, the receivers back healthy, and they've been putting up numbers. And Matthew Stafford is looking like an MVP quarterback right now.
Yeah, Stafford is looking still damn good, man, at his age, man. That's actually worked out pretty well for them. So we're all taking the Rams in this one. All right, moving on to the Washington Commanders versus the New Orleans Saints. I think this one should be pretty much a slam dunk. I think the Commanders should do work of the Saints.
For sure.
Commies.
Yeah, I don't think it's much of anything.
Gotcha.
All right, so we got the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cleveland Browns.
Another one. Easy one.
Chiefs.
I'm doing it, man. I think Jameis is going to be an ass and pull it off, and going to have a big game.
Dude.
The Browns somehow, some way, find a way to mess things up for people, and I don't know, man. The Chiefs have just been stumbling by so much. They're probably overlooking Jameis. I don't know, man. I'm
special, man.
I'm going to come back and probably have to eat crow on that one, but give me the Browns as the upset, man.
You're not eating crow. You're eating turnovers, man, because that's what's coming in the second half, bro. I'm telling you.
They can put up points, though. That's the only reason I'm going with Cleveland is that they can put up points. Jameis is going to throw the hell out of the ball.
Against that defense, though.
But they can't find ways to win. That's the problem.
Yeah,
agree. I will most likely be a moron on that one. You guys can make fun of me big time on that one, but give me the Browns and the upset. How about that? It's got to happen.
I will ship you a turnover from Arby's, man. Just for you.
Me and James will be eating dubs over here, bro. All right, man. So we're moving on. I took the Browns in that one. I can't believe I even said that out loud. All right, so we got the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Tennessee Titans. Like I was saying before, I feel like I can make a case for Joe Burrow for MVP. Give me Cincinnati.
Yeah, and like you said, like they one more loss and they're done. So they're playing with their backs against the wall. That's anytime you have a team like that, that is a dangerous team to go up against. Mm-hmm. And you're going up against the Titans. So yeah, they're playing with extra motivation and they have a weaker team. Chalk me up for the Bengals.
Titans have a good defense, but their offense can't score for nothing. You know, Joe Burrow's playing lights out, so he's going to score on this defense. They'll probably put up 21 points, and the Titans will probably put up maybe 7.
Yeah, and one more thing on the Bengals too. We were talking about the Monday night game about Burrow at the press conferences. Did you guys hear that that press conference? Burrow was definitely saying that T. Higgins is going to be coming back next year. He basically made it told the team that if you don't bring him back, kind of thing. So Burrow wants his boy back. So I respect.
They should, bro.
They're stupid to let him go.
Yeah, no, for real, bro. You got
whether or not they franchise tag him or what are they going to do to bring him back? They need to bring him back.
Well, and for me, I love to see that kind of stuff because it just, for me, as somebody that's seen the same team for the last 5 years play together and sacrifice to play together, that's great. Like, you want to have continuity. You want to keep your guys that are together, keep that core together as long as you can because they're still relatively young. You know, like Burrow and Chase, even T, they're not over the hill by any means.
All of them are getting their first major contract.
Yeah, so it's like you keep them together and make this work, and you can have a team that you can continue to shuffle out there for the next 5-10 years easy.
It's so easy, bro. I feel like, dude, sometimes being a GM is so fucking easy. All you gotta see is it's not the quarterback, it's not the receivers, it's not the running back. It's the fucking defense and the offensive line you need to work on. Everybody else, Keep them together. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stop letting your boys go, man. All right, so we got the next game up. We got the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans. I'm actually going to take the Miami Dolphins in this one. Miami's been playing pretty good lately. Tua's been playing great since he came back. Houston seems like their offense has been a little bit stagnant. They haven't been as what they were last year. CJ Stroud doesn't look as crisp as he did. So I'm going to take the Dolphins in the upset, and because I really want them to lose.
This is going to be a tough one for me.
I think it's going to be a hell of a game. I think it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah,
I think this, as crazy as it might sound, I think this is going to be the game that Houston will use as a way to kind of turn things around, flip the script a little bit, maybe kind of get some momentum going late in the season, like a late season surge. So I got Houston barely winning this one out, but I think Stroud's going to have a good game, and I think that he's going to lead the charge, and I think spark a late season run.
I think the Dolphins are barely going to win this one. I think it's going to be a close game for sure, but the Dolphins really need this win more, and I think they're going to be more hyped about this game than the Texans do, because if the Texans lose, I think they're still in the playoffs. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Dolphins, they really need this win, because if they lose again, they're done.
Right, it's getting to that point where it's win or done, and on top of it too, the Colts are still in the hunt for right behind Houston there too. So,
Yep.
Granted, they have to get a better record than Houston does, but they can't win I don't think they can win the division since Houston's
a chance.
Now we got this game should be probably an upset. This one should be pretty quickly done in this one. Baltimore and New York. New York is hoping for that first pick. I don't think it's gonna be much of a game if anything hit fall. I wouldn't be surprised if New York just walked out for the coin toss, threw a white flag, and said we're done too. Baltimore should do major work of the Giants.
Yeah, if anything, this is Lamar's chance to pad the stats and look fantastic and go for a third MVP.
Yeah, I think easily Baltimore's going to put up 40 points.
Yeah.
Whew, in this next game, this one's going to be a barn burner. The New York Jets and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This has got to go down. It's probably like the why do we have to play this game this week category. But give me
close.
Man, I don't even know what to do in this one. Give me the Jags. Why not, man?
I think Rodgers wins this one, and then he can kind of, I don't know, this will kind of be his last hurrah on a Jets uniform before he goes full Favre and joins the Vikings next year.
Yeah.
No way.
That'd be funny.
The Jaguars have just been such a clusterfuck this year, man. I don't see them winning this game at all. I think the Jets take it. I don't think by a landslide, but I think the Jets take the dub. Sure.
But let's be honest, neither team deserves a win in this one.
No, hell no. This game should be canceled.
Just call it a tie and call it everybody stay safe.
Yeah, dude. Don't get anybody injured. Stay home.
All right, so now we're on to the Cowboys taking on the Carolina Panthers. I'm going to take the Carolina Panthers in this one, man. Carolina, Bryce Young has been looking – all of a sudden that benching did a little bit of numbers for him, man. Bryce Young is actually looking pretty good. Adam Thielen came back from the dead. He's looking pretty damn good. Give me some Carolina, man.
I'm going to defer to George on this one. I can see his reaction.
I don't disagree with Steve, bro. I don't disagree with him. But like the way that Bryce Young's been playing, the way that Carolina's been playing, like they've been playing like they really want to play. Compared to us, we've been playing like we don't want to fucking play. I can't say I'm gonna take the Panthers, but I can't say I'm gonna take the Cowboys. Like, dude, I'm not touching this game.
Done. All right, so consensus we're going Carolina.
Yeah, I'm going Carolina on this one.
All right.
Just wanted to hear George's reaction.
All right, so then now we got the Tampa Bay Bucks taking on the Chargers, and man, this is going to be a fun one here, man. Whew, man, so Tampa Bay has to travel out to LA for this one. Give me the Chargers, man. No, actually, you know what? No, I'm taking Tampa Bay, man. I'm not sure if Glad McConkey's going to be making it back. If Glad McConkey doesn't play, I don't think the Chargers have as great of offense. Give me Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's been playing pretty hot.
Their offense might not be the same without McConkey, but they've got a great defense, and I think that's something that can stifle Baker in the offense a little bit. Again, like they've been slowly kind of finding their way back, getting that cohesiveness back that they lost when Evans went out, Godwin went out. But they're slowly starting to get that back. But I do think that the West Coast trip is going to play a factor, and I think that that's going to be the thing that leads to LA getting the win. Looking at the rest of the schedule, I like after the bye week, I saw them only losing one game.
Yes, Chargers.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is going to be that game. So Chargers over the Bucks in this one.
I honestly don't know who to take on this, but I would say take the highest total points under, because I feel like the Tampa Bay's defense is just trash compared to the Chargers defense, which is amazing. But Chargers offense is pretty trash, while Tampa Bay's offense is amazing. So I feel like it's just gonna be an equal line of like this game's not gonna go so much, and it's gonna be just straight defense, really.
I feel like it's gonna be one big play game. Like there's someone, whoever makes the big play.
Yes, exactly.
That'll be interesting for sure.
All right, moving on to the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. This one's really difficult for me on this one because my heart's saying Indianapolis, but Denver is playing really good right now. Bo Nix is looking pretty damn good. Give me the Colts. I'm taking them. Taking the Colts in it. Maybe Anthony Richardson can make some moves on it. Jameis Winston put up some big numbers against Denver, so maybe Anthony Richardson can too.
Is it wrong for me to call this the Glue Factory game, or is that am I being too?
Hey, they're two playoff teams at the moment, man. Like if Indianapolis can win, they're in the wild card spot.
No, I'm saying like the Glue Factory because they're both horses. Like, are we gonna get like sued by Peter or something like that? Comment. But give me Bo and the Broncos in this one. Bo knows. I think that I think they'll eke it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Bo Nix and the Broncos too.
That's probably a smart bet. I don't blame you guys. I just hoping that AR can have one of those like Houston Texans games where he throws like a 70-yard bomb and then rushes for 3 touchdowns or something. We'll see. But sticking with boys, let's go Colts. All right, man. So we got the New Orleans, the New England Patriots taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Oh man, this one's one of those trap games. I think, especially like for G Mike, when you're talking about sports gambling on here too, because on paper the Cardinals should win this game, but the Cardinals have been playing not that great lately, honestly. I'm still going to take Arizona, but I would stay far away from this one on as far as betting goes.
Yep, I agree. I'm picking Arizona, but I'm cautiously picking them.
Yep, I'm cautious too.
Yeah, I'm not going to pick anybody because I would stay away from this game. What I would say, though, Kyler Murray throws a touchdown to Marvin Harrison.
Okay.
Interesting. I feel like this is finally the time Trey McBride gets a touchdown, man. That guy has been
right?
Yeah, man. How's that guy?
He's great. He's great, though.
Man. Yep.
And how the hell did this game not get flexed, man? Buffalo and Detroit at 425. That's interesting, man. This has got to be probably the game of the day, I would think. Easily, man.
Falcons Raiders. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, man. So let's go with this one here, bro. I'm gonna go. Oh man, this one is so difficult to choose from because there are so many aspects. But I'm going with Detroit. I'm going with Detroit. It's at home. They're in a dome. I like it. I think it's gonna be a hell of a fun game, though, man.
Yeah. If this was in Buffalo, I'd go Bills. But because, like you said, it's in Detroit, I got to go Lions.
I would say take the lowest total points over because I think it's going to be a shootout.
Yeah.
You think you go on a lot of points scored?
Yeah. Hell yeah. But each team is going to score 20 each.
Yeah.
All right. That's going to be a fun one. All right, let's go to the Battle of Philadelphia, man. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Pennsylvania, Battle of Pennsylvania. The Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh in this, man. I like the way they've been playing. The Philly, 1 minute they're great, and then it seems like everybody's getting along, and the next they hate each other. So who the hell knows? Seems like a typical Eagles. Their fans hate their own team, and then they love their team. So I like the continuity of Pittsburgh, and old Russ has been playing Danger Russ. So give me the Nestor Unlimited, man. Let me go Pittsburgh.
I'm going to go Philly here in this one just because I feel like Saquon's going to carry them like he's been doing all season. I think that he's going to continue to keep pace to break Dickerson's rushing record, which I am. We need to get like a little ticker or something like that, like a lot of the networks are doing, like Saquon watch. Just to see like how closer he is, because I want to see that record broken so bad. When AP came up short back in like 2012, I want to say, it was a bummer. But if Saquon can do it, especially the year after getting, basically let go and like good riddance from from the Giants organization, ultimate payback right there. I'd love it.
I don't know really who to go with in this game. I think it's going to be a defensive game. So I would say take the highest total points under. I think it's going to be a good defensive game. If Saquon does do work. I would say maybe 50 yards, but not anything crazy because that defense for Steelers is pretty good on the run defense. And then Jalen Hurts, bro, AJ Brown's not wrong, man. This guy needs to be working on his passing a little bit more, bro, because yeah, it's good right now. It's getting you by right now. But when it comes to the playoffs and you're playing these high profile defenses, we're going to see what's up.
Yep.
Agreed. All right, so now we got the next game. The Sunday night game is going to be Green Bay and Seattle. I like Green Bay in this one. Seattle's too up and down for me, even though it is going to be out in Seattle. Green Bay seems like they are pretty consistent, and they're in pretty much every game. Give me Green Bay.
Agreed, and I think Green Bay is just, they got the better playoff odds. Like they're going to be fighting, I think, just a little bit harder for postseason spot.
Yeah, 100%. They're trying to get that number 1 seed, and Green Bay all around.
Seattle, I believe, is in first place though in their division, aren't they still?
Well, I was going to say that
it's between them and
the Rams, I believe.
No, them and Lions.
No. I'm talking about Seattle. Sorry, Seattle.
Oh, I was talking about the Packers. I bet.
No. Green Bay is technically, I think, in third because of Minnesota.
But they're like right there. Like
right. There. It's neck and neck. It's yeah. All right, so then, go ahead. What's your pick on that one, Bar?
I got Green Bay. Green Bay.
All right. So this makes a little bit more sense because I was trying to figure out as well, like you said, how the hell did the Falcons and Raiders get the Monday night game? But it's actually looks like they're having a dual game. They're doing a twofer on Monday, I guess, unless this already got flexed.
Shit, the fuck.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll probably flex it out. So they got the Bears and the Vikings,
Chargers, and then fucking Buffalo, Detroit.
Buffalo, Detroit should be the either Sunday night game or the Monday night game without a doubt. Like
they can take Monday night because we suck on Monday nights, so I'll take all any day.
Yeah, so then we got the Vikings and the Bears in a I don't know, man.
Easy Vikings
on this one too.
Yep. Vikings with sweep.
So the last game is going to be the Falcons and the Raiders. Let's go Falcons, I guess.
I'll take the Falcons because they got more on the plate right now. I think they're going to want it more than the Raiders for sure. Even though the Raiders in the last few weeks they've been playing pretty decent. Haven't been playing.
Any chance Michael Penix gets in the game?
I mean, dude, if you're paying a quarterback 5 years, 196, if I'm not mistaken, dude, you're not gonna put in the rookie quarterback when you're trying to make the playoffs and win the division. Don't put in the rookie quarterback. Stay with Kirk Cousins. Leave him out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a primetime matchup. It's not Thursday night, so that might play against him. But I don't know. Like I could see Atlanta winning this one, but part of me just thinks no, they're gonna find a way to screw it up. They are going to find a way to give this away because like they've been doing the last 3-4 weeks. They had the division basically wrapped up in the bag, sweeping the Bucs, and they still found a way to screw it up. So it's like, I just think that this roller coaster or this landslide of just sucking is going to continue, and I think Oakland's going to get the upset.
Yeah, it's
pretty. Vegas too. They got to travel out to Vegas as well, so that's another thing as well. These West Coast trips are going to do, I think, a number on the Eastern teams.
Yeah, how crazy it's been how bad Kirk Cousins has played the last few games. I mean, it's been 8 interceptions, no touchdowns, if not more interceptions. I think it's 8, but golly, man, how the hell do you even do that?
I think it's safe to say he's not really the best quarterback in the NFC South, but, that's just me. I'm biased. What do I know?
No, 100%. I'll take Baker any day.
Yeah.
Plus, he can throw a mean block. I haven't seen Kirk Cousins do anything outside the pocket at all. So
Kirk Cousins can't even move in the pocket.
Exactly.
But you better throw the ball if now you getting hit.
We'd like to shout everybody out. Thanks for checking in and simply just saying win out.
Gio, win out. Dolphins need to win out because if not, you guys are going home, kid.
Win
like
out.
Us.
There we go. Well, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for the Week 15 picks. That's going to wrap it up for our Week 15 picks. Feel free, absolutely, to let us know how wrong we are and how stupid I was for picking Cleveland over Kansas City or how a genius I am for doing it. So we're going ahead. We got almost done with this show for tonight. We got a couple more things we're going to touch on real quick, including what's actually going on right now as we speak, and that is the Emirates NBA Cup. Right now, Orlando is hanging tough with Milwaukee right now. I believe they just went to commercial break, and it's about 4 minutes to go, and Orlando is only down by 4, I believe. Fellas, we're getting into the cup here. This is the one of the four fun parts about this cup. What's you guys' thoughts on the NBA Cup? And do you guys have anybody you guys want to pick your winners out of these bracket games?
I mean, it's a fun thing for sure to kind of spice up the regular season. You know, obviously usually after opening night until about All-Star weekend, there's that, or even Christmas Day if you really want to get some NBA, ginning up some NBA excitement. But really for those first couple months of the season, there's just not a lot to play for. A lot of teams, players, a lot of fans.
It's a lull.
Yeah, they check out. So this is kind of a fun little way to kind of have an in-season thing. I like as well they're pulling from other leagues. I'm pretty sure some soccer leagues do something like this as well, in season. So it's nice to kind of get, or at the very least, they're getting inspiration from them. So it's nice to have just kind of something to mix it up a little bit, make it fun. Obviously we know at the end of the year, everybody's going to care about the NBA Finals. But to have this as well, where young players are going to be making some money if they win, I believe it's I think we talked about this before, George.
$500,000 each player.
Exactly. So that's your young player on a rookie contract. That's a really nice little bonus right there, especially around Christmas time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Even getting paid millions of dollars, $500,000 extra. Baby.
Hey, Mom, you want a new house? I got you. Christmas. Oh, baby.
So I think the NBA Cup has definitely generated some good buzz for the NBA at this time of the season when nothing's really going on. I feel like they need to add something to this to make it a little bit more worth it. As a fan, what do I really care? The fact that they're going to get an extra $500,000. I think that maybe they should add some sort of incentive as a fan that you can get out of it for your team. My thought would possibly be maybe an extra draft pick, something along those lines. Winner automatically gets home court, going back to how they used to do it in the All-Star game for the NBA game. Or for the baseball game. Something, I just feel like that the cup it's a cool concept. The courts are cool. The players actually seem like they're actually playing hard, which was different from last year. I think not as many people cared about it last year. This year, I feel like the guys are taking a little bit more serious. I just wish there was some sort of more incentive that as a fan, you would feel a little bit more a part of it. There's a reason why I'm wasting my time watching this besides these guys getting more money.
I like the idea that you just mentioned about an extra draft pick.
Something like that.
You can incentivize so many teams then to go for it. And you don't have to make it the first overall pick, although that would be fun. You win the
first overall pick. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, because then you can't say that you're going to tank and suck for the entire season and try to get that overall pick that completely blows tanking out of the water. You can say that, after that, the losing record gets
or you get an extra ball in the lottery draft or something along those lines. I just feel like they need to add something besides yippee, the player's getting more money. Great, which is good, like you were saying too. Good for the rookies. They work their ass off too. Give them some extra money. But as a fan, what's that really doing for me to make me want to watch this game? Nothing. I think if you add something like an extra draft pick. With anything you do about a draft pick, you don't necessarily have to keep that draft pick. You can turn that into something else. You know what I mean? You can have that option. Okay, hey, we won the NBA Cup. We can trade that. And it's before the trade deadline. So, hey, we'll give you 3 firsts now and somebody. Just hypothetical.
Go ahead, George.
No, just thinking about it right now. Just thinking about some options of what you're exactly talking about. Just to keep it for the same season. Because if you would add a draft pick, it would be for the next season, correct?
Yeah.
Just to keep it for the same season, which team wins, you get to sign a free agent for the whole year.
What now?
You can sign a free agent for free for the whole year.
But then how's that player getting paid?
Yeah.
No. Basically, it wouldn't be charged to you. It'll just be charged to the brand. It'll be charged to the brand, to the NBA brand. It wouldn't be charged to the team.
I see what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying?
It's an interesting concept. I think a free agent, especially though too, right now, because how many free agents are sitting out there, prime free agents versus first overall pick on the line and something like this, everybody's going to be going for a dogfight.
Yeah.
Then that disincentivizes teams from getting rid of all their star players because, oh shoot, you're telling me if we win this thing, you got Oklahoma City getting the first overall pick next year. How insane would that be?
But that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, because it would be
I
for
don't know.
next year. It wouldn't be for this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I don't know if I like. I don't know if I like them getting the first overall pick. That's like that puts a lot of emphasis on. I'm just saying maybe an extra pick in maybe the first round, something like that.
give it something to mean something more than just, oh, here's a nice little shiny trophy and a little bonus. Like, oh, by the way,
that's my point of it. Is I think they need to come up
But
with
he's saying
something.
it
I
for
like the
fans.
concept. I think
He's
it's
saying
cool.
for the fans and their team. That's what you're
Exactly.
Yeah.
Make me want to watch this game.
exactly.
You know,
And
make me want to watch this cup a little bit more. But just as a quick update right now, it's coming down to the wire right now. We're about 2:50 to go in the fourth, and Milwaukee is up 101-100 over Orlando, but Orlando is fighting hard.
Yeah.
I see 102, 101 Magic up.
Well, you got to love YouTube TV. We're always like a few seconds behind. I got 101, but 102, 102.
But yeah, the way I see it, though, is, again, like, if you really, again, doing something for the fans, what better thing for the fans than literally saying your team won? Yeah, they get a trophy. They get the $500,000. Here's the first overall pick for your organization.
That does put a lot of emphasis on the game. I'll give you that. That would change it. But that's all I want them to see.
The thing about that is, so the reason why there's a lottery is because the teams that are already good, they don't want to make better. They want to make the teams that are trash better, which is why they give them the lottery and try to get the first round pick.
So that's what I'm saying. I think maybe giving them an extra first round pick, whether it's like the very last pick, you get one more. So how many picks are 32 or I forgot how many teams are there. Sorry, it's been a long day. But you get one more extra pick in the first round. I think that would be fair. An extra first round pick. That seems fair to me, and it gives your team something to look forward to. Yeah, because I mean, a lot of times
the draft is to make the trash teams better. That's why they go in the beginning. So if you do that, you're just making, like, OKC, for instance. If they win, you're giving them an extra first-round draft pick. You're just making them the whole 10 times better. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I don't like the idea, but I get what you're saying. It should be more incentives for the fans to watch. Yeah. For us, it's like we see more competitive basketball. Yeah. But then it's like, okay, yeah, it's competitive basketball, but we know that this doesn't really mean shit. Like, what really means something is the playoffs.
Yeah, and something that, though, too, like, going back to the draft pick and everything like that, yeah, we see a lot of teams that would get better, that are great, already continue to get better, but also, too, this would disincentivize teams from tanking. Because if they know you're not going to get an automatic first overall pick because you're the worst team in the league, no, you actually have to put in effort, and you have a chance to win. You have a chance to get the first overall pick if you put in the effort in the offseason to bring in free agents, to sign your own players, to stop being cheap, and actually try to work with these guys. I don't know. I feel like it would help solve tanking, which is something that we've been complaining about for years as NBA fans.
I think it would maybe solve tanking a little bit, but it would create a bigger problem on teams that will be like, well, we can't get good, so we might as well just sell the team off and dismantle the whole team. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Fair enough. Maybe, like, we can meet in the middle instead of, like, at the end of the first round where there's, like, nobody there. Maybe make it, like, in the middle, like, do, like, 15th overall pick.
I just think it should be something else. I don't think it should be picks, but I do agree that it should be something more for the fans. Like, I think it would be, like, more incentivized for people to actually watch these games. You know, like, there's some people that are not even watching these games right now.
Half the people don't even know what the hell the NBA Cup is. It's still new.
Yeah.
If your team wins, you get discounts on the merchandise for like a week, and the NBA will compensate the team.
Or if your team wins, you automatically make a play-in team. Maybe.
That could be something too.
Yeah, that's not a bad one. I think the end all we're all pretty much saying the same kind of things or something. They just need to come up with something else for the fan to actually enjoy this tournament.
106 tied up, 52 seconds left. Sheesh.
Man, I'm way behind you right now.
Oh man!
So if you actually ask for a random bet, I am not taking it.
I'm leaning heavily into Orlando, and I don't care if I'm biased or not. I'm leaning heavily into.
I had originally put that Magic will not lose by 7 points, but then I switched it to Bucks money line. But that Magic not losing by 7 points, that shit is hitting, baby.
Yeah, it is.
All right, well, you guys want to go? Well, I mean, we guess I kind of have to. We got this one going right here with the Bucks in Orlando, so we'll kind of make that one null and void since we're already on the air while we're doing this whenever. But so you guys want to make the picks for the rest of them? We got OKC, Dallas. I'm going Dallas.
Going OKC.
I got OKC because of their defense. I do think Dallas is good. I think they're both pretty damn good offensively. I just think OKC has a slighter edge with that young, fast talent on defense.
Yep.
Houston and Golden State, man. I'm going Houston, actually. Houston's been a surprise.
Going Golden State with the upset. Just the way Curry's playing, I feel like he's going to galvanize the team a little bit, and they're going to win a close one.
I'm going to go Golden State just because of their experience. I think that they know how to win. Houston does not know how to win yet. Yes, they're a very good team, young, talented team. They hustle out there, and they love to play hard-nosed basketball, but Golden State knows how to win, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I agree. And the last one we got is the Knicks and the Hawks. The Knicks looked like they were garbage at first, but they're kind of coming around. Atlanta's been kind of hot lately, but I'm going to go with the Knicks.
Yeah.
I got Knicks in this one.
Yeah, definitely Knicks. They've been clicking. Their chemistry is there now.
Yeah, and we'll be updating these as it goes along. As the series goes along, there's a couple more weeks left of this one off, so each week we'll be updating on where our picks were and how we got this one right on here. So we're gonna go ahead and jump away from the NBA. We'll give you guys a live update by the time this show's done. That these games should be done unless it goes to OT. But we got a fun, very very difficult DownBad debate. And for those who cannot see it on the screen, we'll go ahead and explain it to you. Right now, one's got to go. We got Justin Jefferson. We got CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase. One has to go. I don't have the guts to go first. BC, you're up first, man.
You want me to go first? I'll go first.
D. Mike, you got the guts, man. Go for it.
Go for it.
Okay, so the reason I picked who I picked is because just analytically dissecting each and every receiver here, right?
Yeah.
All of them can route run. All of them can catch. All of them are dogs. All of them are fast, right? The reason I am picking Tyreek Hill is because of his height. I just love the height of the other three receivers. Obviously, Jamar Chase is not that taller than Tyreek Hill, but Jetta and CeeDee Lamb are. Jamar Chase got maybe like 2-3 inches more on Tyreek Hill, if not maybe 5 inches or whatever the case is. But Tyreek Hill is small, and when you want to throw up the ball and get your receiver to jump up there and grab it, man, Tyreek is not really going to do that. He's going to get those slants, and he's going to take off and get speed downhill and all that. Yes, he is crafty. He's speedy. But when you throw up the ball, you're not going to throw it up to Tyreek Hill, but you're going to throw it up to these three others. So that's why I'll take out Tyreek Hill.
For me, I go solely based on, or not solely, but a big part of my game is fit. If I'm building an offense, I got to get rid of one of these guys. I'm going to get rid of CeeDee Lamb just because.
I knew it.
I'm saying I like Tyreek in the slot. You got to have a slot receiver. I couldn't think of anybody better to throw down there than him. And as far as your two perimeter wide receivers, I've just always been impressed more with Jefferson and Chase than CeeDee Lamb. It's nitpicking. It's very slight, but I just feel like they have a little bit more, sustained success. And I like the fit of Tyreek over in the slot.
It's a good explanation.
Ugh, gross. I hate this. I hate this right here. Oh, well, I guess we're going to have to kind of make some little bit of rules in this one. Now, is this Tyreek now, or is this Tyreek, prime Tyreek?
All prime.
All prime. Okay, good.
That's even better for me.
Oh, so I think I would have to – damn it.
Wait, real quick.
Yeah.
So Tyreek's not in his prime right now?
Nah. I think Tyreek's not done.
I would say like towards the end of Chiefs run, Tyreek to like Dolphins.
Dude,
when Tyreek first got to the Dolphins,
anybody with Patrick Mahomes is prime.
I know, but also too, you also had the kick return and punt return game as well.
Look at Juju Smith-Schuster. He's prime, right?
No. What I'm saying though is that he also was utilized in special teams as well. So like, I got a stop receiver and I got to kick a punt return specialist. Like, come on.
Yeah, I get it. I just think that he's still in his prime. I don't think that
I
don't think he's diverted from his prime. I think he's still in his prime.
He's in his prime, but I would not say this is peak Tyreek.
But that's what I'm saying. I would say that he's been at a peak for like 5 years, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, so I got to pick one. If I had to, I'm going to get rid of CeeDee Lamb. I'm going to get rid of CeeDee Lamb. I think that Justin Jefferson, I was going to say that I think he's the best receiver in football, but Jamar Chase has been on such a tear lately. It's kind of hard to choose against Jamar Chase.
Yeah, but he got Joe Burrow.
Yeah, you could also say the same thing with what Justin Jefferson's got. Sam Darnold right now, he's putting up numbers that Sam Darnold. So that's what I think makes him pretty interesting as well. He's still putting up great numbers. So.
Sam Darnold is fucking cocky.
Sam Darnold is arguably up for MVP this year.
Bro, no, he is not, dude. No, he is not. When you're arguably up for MVP, you are top 5. You're gonna tell me that he's over Josh Allen?
No.
Lamar Jackson?
No.
Patrick Mahomes?
I mean, that's not. I don't think that's out of the realm.
Okay. No, I'll take out Mahomes. Don't worry. I'll take out Mahomes. I'll put Mahomes at 6. Saquon Barkley?
No.
Jared Goff?
Jamar Chase?
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't think Jamar Chase is up for it, though, either, though.
I'm
just saying,
I think he has a better case than Sam Darnold, for sure.
I'm not saying Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's having a hell of a year, though. I mean, you can't deny it. I mean, he threw 5 touchdowns just last game.
But then 2 games before that, he was shitting the bed. I don't think
they're 10-2 though. I mean, if we're gonna discount Joe Burrow for not making the playoffs, this guy's 10-2. What's the difference?
I'm just saying that I don't think he's arguably up for MVP. Is what I'm saying.
I don't know. There's a few more games left. If he puts up a couple more games like he did last game, then he might be up for it. But
I got Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Saquon Barkley at top 3. I don't see anybody else right now. I don't see. Yeah. And Derrick Henry. I'm sorry, Derrick Henry. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I'm not disagreeing with you. I do think Sam Darnold has had the best season of his career, but you said that Justin Jefferson is not the best receiver in football because of how Jamar Chase is playing, but Jamar Chase has Joe Burrow. If Justin Jefferson had Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson takes it by a long shot, in my opinion.
Yep. Yeah, I still throw Justin Jefferson as best receiver in football, though. I think he's still the best receiver in football.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he's the best receiver in football. I'm just saying that Jamar Chase has Joe Burrow, which I'm not discrediting Jamar Chase because I think he's top 5, maybe even 2 or 3. But when you have a quarterback like that compared to Sam Darnold, it's so much easier as a receiver to get your yards, touchdowns, catches, etc.
You know what's disgusting is 2 of these guys actually play with Joe Burrow at the same time.
That's right, and we're talking about both of them right now.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I mean, how disgusting was that LSU team, man? That is just ridiculous. Yeah. All right, so to go ahead and put this 1-2 bet here, I am going to take CeeDee Lamb has to go.
CeeDee Lamb got to go for me too.
Tyreek Hill, I'm sorry, dog. You're just too short for me, Dougie.
Short Kings, man, representing.
Hey, no, he's a fucking baller. But, dude, I'm sorry. I like receivers that could jump up high and freaking grab the ball out of the air. No diddy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. That Tyreek, it was either between Tyreek Hill and CeeDee Lamb for me, to be honest with you. Because it seems as if I don't know. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth too much.
Real quick. BC, would you take Tyreek Hill, like you said, in his prime, or Calvin Johnson?
Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson all day.
Yeah. Are we going just 1 for 1?
Yeah, 1 for 1.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm the reason I brought it up is because of the height. The height difference.
Yeah. The one thing that it's tough for, I'm gonna pick Calvin, but it's not an easy one for me because again, Tyreek in his prime gave you more than just wide receiver. He gave you also kick return, punt return. But again, if you want that true number 1 guy, you need to go up and grab it. Yeah, I'm gonna go Calvin Johnson. But if I want someone that I can also go based on versatility, I'm going Tyreek.
Yeah, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
All right, gents. This has been a hell of a show. It's been a long couple of weeks since we've been on the show, and we've really missed you guys. We really appreciate all the love and support you guys have given us out there. Please give us a like and subscribe. We are going to be back next week. We're going to be missing this weekend, but we will be definitely back next week. We'll have more NBA Cup talk. It has been a lot of fun, and be safe. It is the holiday season, so donate and do as much as you can to be good, man. Santa's watching.
Yes,
Seriously.
sir. Guys, don't forget to please like, subscribe, and share the show. Support your boys. Support us, baby. And if you want to come on the show and talk smack with us, you can. Just let us know. Slide in the DMs, and we'll get you on one of the episodes. And if not, if you don't want to be in front of the camera or your voice to be heard, just write in the comments, man. Say how funny my face is. Say how funny Steve's picks is with Cleveland. Say how funny BC's glasses are. It doesn't matter. Just say something in the comments and give us a support, baby.
Yeah, and also too, Steve touched on it earlier. Like obviously, volunteer and stuff like donate. Don't just do that. Volunteer as well during the holiday season.
Yeah,
like countless times, I had so many great memories growing up, in high school and college, volunteering, doing stuff with Salvation Army, ringing the bell outside of Walmart. Do something for somebody this holiday season. Be a blessing to somebody, and you never know what kind of impact you can make on somebody's life by just one simple thing.
Quick update since you're a little bit ahead of me. Is the game over?
No,
I got 5 seconds.
Left. 5 seconds left. 110, 107 bucks up, and it looks like you're gonna take the dub unless they tie it.
Hey,
what's amazing is the NBA can make 5 seconds last 30 minutes.
Literally. No, that's what's going on right now. It's been 5 seconds for like 3 minutes already.
Yeah. The NBA is the worst with this.
No, the NFL is just as bad at this. Like the Bucks game. I kid you not, working it. We went through like the first 10 minutes in less than 5, and then the last 5 minutes took a half hour to get done.
Sometimes
we're all just calling it oh yeah, the script's calling for it. NBA, they got to fill the network. Network's got to fill the time. It's like, dang it, why do these people got to get hurt?
Sometimes some first half NFL games be going 15 minutes, and then sometimes they be going 45 minutes. It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
Bucks just scored. Giannis Antetokounmpo at the free throw line, 1 of 2, and he about to make the second one with his 15-second waiting ass, and he just made it. That game's done. That game's done, buddy.
Oh, well.
Magic, I'm sorry.
I will go down with my ship. I don't care.
But guys in the Telegram, we just got a dub, baby.
Get them Winston snacks.
Gosh,
all right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and head this out. We appreciate everything you guys have done for us, and please, like they're saying before, just like and subscribe, and keep watching, man. We're gonna be only getting better.
Yes, sir.